All right, thank you. Let me share my screen. Okay, once again, welcome everyone. Today, my name is Akman Victor D, and I am a startup founder, and I'm also a startup marketing coach, and I'm based in Abuja. So today I'm going to be sharing with everyone on mastering the basics of entrepreneurship, startup success, and idea validation. So I have like 10 key points here. The first one, I said it's identifying and validating your startup idea. The second is building a successful team and company culture. The third is customer discovery and market research. The fourth is creating a business plan and financial projections. Then we have fundraising and investor relations. We have marketing and branding strategies for startups, developing and launching a minimum viable product, which is an MVP. And finally, we have managing your time and resources effectively as an entrepreneur. So I want to believe everyone here is an entrepreneur. Do we have, or a startup founder rather, do we have SMEs here? Like when I mean when I say SMEs, I mean people who do not use like they don't have websites or apps as their core business. Can I get feedback? I don't know if I can get that feedback. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, there are SMEs here. There are SMEs in the house.
Oh, okay, great. I just wanted to understand the audience I'm speaking to, so I don't use too many technical terms that you don't understand. All right, great. So if you're an SME, just type in the chat section SME. If you are a startup founder, you can actually type that you're a startup founder. Like, okay. Great. I can see SME Daniel is an SME. Wachuku. Great. All right, thank you. So I'll reduce the technical terms I wanted to use here. All right, so let's move in. The first key point here we have is identifying and validating your startup idea. So basically, before you actually launch your product, whether you're an SME or you're a startup founder who has like an app or a website, you need to understand your idea, the idea that you are going into the market with. You can't be doing a business that every other person is doing without any unique value proposition. So that unique value proposition is should be something that makes you unique, that makes you different from every other person who is like a competitor in that space. So first of all, what you need to do is to confirm if there is a need for your product or your service. And then you also need to research the competition. You need to do market research. You need to validate your idea with potential customers. You need to ask questions. You need to ask potential customers what they need if the solution you're bringing into the market is something that can solve their problems. Because basically you're in business, if you're in business, you should be solving a problem. And so secondly, you should be getting paid for solving that problem. So you could either be solving a problem by selling a product or by offering a service. So I would like to know who would volunteer to share what their startup idea is. If you want to volunteer, just raise your hands and I'll give you permission to speak. I can't see anybody's hands. Okay. Cool. Okay, Joyce, please go ahead.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Who's speaking, please? I can't see everyone.
Joyce is speaking. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Good morning.
great. I can hear you, Joyce. Go ahead.
Okay. Mine is just it's still an idea. It's not the idea. Is a car wash or dry cleaning service.
Wow, amazing. Car wash. So what's different from other car wash and laundry services out there?
Okay, basically in the kind of environment where I stay, there is no,
Okay.
not even a single one. There's no standard car wash startup or service and laundry services, just roadside, the one that are not really um, taking the business as serious as supposed to be. So I want to cover any because I there was a time I went with someone to go wash car and we went there. It was a terrible experience. They even told us that they don't have water. So
Wow.
because they don't have water, they cannot be able to offer the service at that point, and we needed it badly. So I want to like close up that gap in the environment where I stay.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joyce. So I need someone else to volunteer. Who else wants to volunteer? Just raise your hands. Please, let's make this an interactive session. Okay. I don't know why I can't see. Okay. Happiness, please go ahead. What's your idea?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning,
Okay,
Happiness.
I'm into ICT. The business has been on for like 2 years now.
Great.
And what I do is I use ERP software, enterprise resource planning software. I implement it
Okay.
for businesses around here, like businesses that are using manual invoices. So I meet the MD, explain to him that these businesses can be computerized in such a way that he can view what is happening on, like he can access his sales inventory from any location, even via phone, because it's a cloud application. So when I convince them, like some of them, they'll be like, wow, so such thing exists. Then they'll be like, let's computerize from maybe from previous years. They'll be like, choose a particular year where we need to pick their invoices and then either train their staff on how to push these invoices, sales and purchases, and then help model a chart of account that will enable them understand their profit and loss. Then sometimes they will give what to us as maybe like a project to handle for them, like we should, like the one we are currently doing now. We are handling that of 2021 from January to date for them. Right. We are trying to move everything they've done manually to the ERP software.
Amazing.
So this is what we
Thank
do.
You.
Then,
thank you, Happiness. Okay. All right. So what are like your top 3 competitors in this space?
You mean me?
Yes, you. Yes.
Okay, like the accountants. Okay. Accountants, like all these chartered accountants, they do similar thing. But the difference between me, what I'm taking edge for, with which I penetrate, is that I'm an ICT person. So I know I know ICT more than them. So I'm leveraging on the various ICT tools that I know to train. And also not just that, most time when I come, I try to train them on how to use basic applications like ASIR and the rest of them as one of my penetrative tools, which some of these accountants don't know. Okay, so then sometimes I want to build a website for them.
Which other competitor do you have apart from accountants?
I think that the accountants are my major competitors for now.
Okay, great. All right, so I need someone else to volunteer. Tell me your idea. And then I think one more thing, the one thing I want you to say is—
Good morning, everybody.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Echeme.
Okay, great. All right, so what's your business idea?
Okay, I actually want to thank you people for organizing this program, because this is a program that has actually made me to have data at all times. You know, I'm into catering business. I do a lot of things. I'm also a teacher in a school. Presently, I have a baby, which I'm still nursing. So I was like, what can I do to still make money? Because where I teach, they don't pay maternity leave payments. Once you give birth, you will not receive salary. So on my own, I had to look at my environment and know the demand of people, which I actually ended up going into honey business. As it stands, I've done my branding, I've done my research on where to get my original honey. I've done my packaging stuff, gotten a sticker. This is because I hate being idle. When I saw
Okay.
them, I knew that it would really be a good impact to my business and
Thank
to
you,
people that will
Chairman.
actually.
I'm looking at the time, so I want you to tell me what your current business is, your business idea is, and who your target customer is.
Okay, I'm a caterer, but the business
Okay.
I'm talking about, which is honey business, I reside here in Port Harcourt, and my area, the people I'm looking at are these diabetic patients. I'll be
Okay.
going to hospitals. Maybe when I'm going for immunization for my baby, I will go and talk to customers, even doctors. I've spoken to some pharmacy people that I will
Okay.
sell those drugs. I'll supply to them. I've talked to
Amazing.
some store owners,
All
some
right. Thank you.
supermarkets that I'll be
Thank you,
getting the
Chairman.
products.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. That's an amazing business idea. And I like the fact that you've been able to identify your target customer and then where to find them. And like that too. So I want one final person to volunteer to tell me who else wants to speak.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, what's your name?
Elisha Michael.
Okay, great. Elisha, go ahead. What's your business idea and who is your target customer? One target customer.
Okay, my business idea is the production of multi-purpose liquid soap and a car wash. Currently, we have insecticide.
Okay.
When we started, we conceived the idea in January, me and my wife. Presently, we roll out these three products: multi-purpose liquid soap, car wash, and insecticide a month now. So on the liquid soap, our target customer are hotels and market-to-market people. But though there are challenges going to the hotel, but there are still challenges we can beat with more patience and time. The challenge we have in hotel is when you go for supplies in hotel, they will tell you the person known to the boss or the director is the one supplying, despite the fact they will check your product and know it's okay.
Thank you.
And one of the
thank you, Elisha. I've gotten what I wanted. So basically, you're into car wash, soaps, liquid soaps, and the rest. Your target audience, basically your target customer, basically one of them is the hotels, right? Thank you. I got that.
Yes.
So I like the fact that the 3 or the 4 persons have actually called up to speak, understand what their business is, and they have also been able to identify competitors. They've been able to identify their target customers. So let's move on to the second key point. Second key point is building. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
we can hear you.
Okay, great. Second key point is building a successful team and company culture. So here, what you need to understand is that hiring the right people is very, very crucial. And then you also need to establish clear roles and responsibilities. You need to foster positive company culture. There's something called company culture in the startup space. So company culture is how you basically relate with your team members, whether they are your co-founders or they are like your staff working for you or working with you, your company, right? So it's how you relate with them, how you treat them, how they feel about working with you. So if you're not paying them for a month, would they feel bad about it? Or would they still feel like, oh, okay, I still want to work here, even though I'm not getting paid what I'm worth, right? I still want to work here because I like the way they treat me as family, the way they treat me as someone who is a part of the business. So when you promote a positive company culture, your business will grow. And then you also need to provide ongoing training and development opportunities. So you don't just hire someone and then leave them to work. Ensure that they actually go through ongoing trainings and development opportunities that helps them become better, because when you have competent team members working with you, your business will grow. Your business will not suffer. You won't be looking for ways to hire experts to do certain things that people in your team could have done right for you. So what I would suggest you do is first to hire people, because it's very expensive to hire and manage team members, right? So I would suggest you hire interns or volunteers to work with you. So you can hire 1 to 3 volunteers at your stage. It depends on your stage in business, right? If you can afford to hire real staff, please go ahead and hire real staff, right? But if you can only afford to get interns or volunteers, please do that. You can pay them stipends. Then another recommendation I'll give to you is that you can actually find co-founders. So who are co-founders? Co-founders are basically people who come together with you to build your business. Elisha that mentioned that he started his liquid soap business with his wife. So you see now that his wife is more like a co-founder, right? Someone who actually co-founded the business or the business idea and is running the business with the person. Why do you need a co-founder? You need a co-founder for their skill. You need a co-founder for their experience. I don't know if Elisha is still on this call. Can you tell me who has the skill, who actually got the skill for liquid soap production?
Yes, I'm still here. It was my
Amazing.
wife that got the skill.
Amazing. So what skill or experience do you bring to the business?
Now packaging.
So you see, that is a good merge. So his wife has this liquid soap production skill. He has a packaging skill. Two of them can run the business sustainably and they can succeed in business. So you need a co-founder to help bring their skill, bring their experience, or bring their network. There are some co-founders that have network of investors. There are some co-founders that have network of partners that you can partner with. Like he was mentioning that when they went to a hotel, the people in the hotel were saying that it's somebody that knows the boss in the hotel, co-founder who knows so many hotel owners, right, into your business. You bring that person has that network of hotel owners. It makes it very easy for you to push out your product to any hotel that they're affiliated to, right? So that's the benefit of having a co-founder. So finding a co-founder is another thing you can do if you don't have money to, hire team members, if you can't afford to hire them. Finding a co-founder is something you can do and you grow your business that way. So most times investors always advise that we get either 2 to 4 co-founders, because they know that the days when you are when you have very low level of inspiration to run the business is not going well, or maybe you're not getting customers, or maybe you are sick. The day you are sick, eventually sick, your co-founder is there, is active in the business. The person is running the business. That's why you need a co-founder. But if you are running a business as one-man business, right? And the day you are sick, there's nobody at the office, or there's nobody to give instructions at the factory, the business will pause because the staff are waiting for somebody to give them instruction, but you are not there. But if you have a co-founder, the person actually takes your place and gives the instruction. So let's move on to another thing you can do on an alternative to hiring team members is getting advisors. If you have a board of advisors to help you with their network, to help you with experience, to help you with guidance and funding. So most times, if you get board advisors, like I have an advisor in my startup, right? So what she helped us with was the network. So what she does is she would share startup funding opportunities with us, and she will tell us that apply for these funding opportunities, you are eligible to apply. Why? Is because she gives us more details about the opportunity. Why? Is because she knows the organizers of those, or the people that are managing those opportunities. She knows them. she knows that we're eligible, and should advise us better on how best to apply for these opportunities and get those funding. So that's why we have an advisor. She helps us with that network. Then when she goes out to speak, because she's also a public speaker, she is very influential. She's Forbes Under 30 award winner. So she has that network of investors whereby when she goes to speak, she's always using our startup as an example. So when she's like making an analogy, she's using our startups to make that example. So that's something we benefit from getting an advisor. Then her experience too, when we are building a new feature on our products, she advises us on what the best practices to use to build that product. Then at the end of the day, you notice that if an advisor likes the product you're building or the service you're offering, and they say that you're growing in business in terms of revenue, profits, right? They can be your first investors. They can give you funding. That's another benefit of having an advisor. So let's move on to the third key point. Third key point here is customer discovery and market research. So basically, what you do here is to engage with potential customers to understand their needs, understand their preferences, understand their pain points. So you can do this by conducting market research to identify the trends and opportunities in your industry. So I want to ask some questions. Basically, if you build products or offer services, either offer a service that is like a pain relief, or you are offering a service that customers see as an additional gain to help them feel better or make their lives better, or you're offering a service that customers see as nice to have products. So I have some examples here. So pain relief products can be money points. Who knows money points? I need feedback. I need to be sure that I'm not talking to myself. Okay, great.
Money points.
I have
Are you
not
talking
been
about money
that
points?
section. Great.
Businesses that.
Okay, don't worry. I can see the chat, so you can just type that you know money points. Great. Thank you. So money points, who knows how they are actually relieving people of their pains? What do they do to relieve pain? You can just type in the chat section. Okay, great. Daniel said they bring people closer to their banks. Okay, offering banking services, easy money transfer. Great. So money point for me, I see them as pain relief startups, because without them, you need to go and queue up at ATM. You need to go and queue up to get money. Then without them, small businesses would need to wait to confirm your transfers because you can't use your card to pay them, right? Without them and other services like that, service providers like that, you won't be able to carry out seamless transactions offline. Then can somebody mention 2 other startups that are more like pain relief startups? Just mention in the chat section. Let me check that. OPay, somebody said OPay, Kuda. Great. All right, so moving on, let's look at gain, startups that are actually built for gain. I mentioned Piggyvest here because Piggyvest uses it to save. It's a savings platform, just like Cowrywise, right? Use it to save your money. But basically, it helps people. It's more like it's a gain product. It's not like it is relieving you of any pain. Because basically you could save your money in the bank if you wanted to save your money. You could save your money in a piggy bank, or what they call that small box that you save your money in. So you could save your money there. And then they are nice to have products like Wakanow. Who knows Wakanow? Just type in the chat session if you know Wakanow. Okay. Let me tell you, Wakanow is basically a travel booking platform where you can actually book your flights to different countries or different cities, right? So it is a nice to have product. It's not a platform that you would download the app and keep in your phone because you're not traveling every day, right? It's just a product that you use perhaps once in a month or maybe once in 3 months, or you might not even use it the whole year because you've not traveled that year, right? So it's a nice to have product, and there are other startups like that. So when you're building your product, you need to be sure that you're either relieving people of their pains, or you are more like building gain products, or you are building a product that is nice to have. But if you're relieving people of their pain, you make more money than having like a product that's focused on just gains, the gains that customers have. And then for nice to have products, you don't really make so much money because the number of times people use your products is very, it's lean. So let's go to number 4. Number 4 is you can actually ask your questions in the chat section. At the end of the session, I'll take questions. I'll respond to the questions so you don't forget your questions. So number 4 is creating a business plan and financial projections. So what you need to do is very important for you to have a business plan. Although me, I like to modify my business plan. So first off, I write the idea of my business idea, and then I write the necessary requirements I need. Then I write the funding requirements I need, the team members I need. I just write everything in a full page document. And then what I do is over time, as I run the business, after the first month, I go back and modify and say, okay, I was assuming that I would spend this amount of money to run the business in a month, but now I spent this amount of money in the past month. The next month, which is the second month, I go back and modify that same document. So a business plan is something that you modify frequently. You don't just create a business plan and use it for like 100 years. No, you modify it as you run your business because it helps you to understand whether or not your business is growing, whether or not you are still focused on the main goal of starting the business. So basically, you need to develop a comprehensive business plan that outlines your company goals, your strategies, your financial projections. So you need to also consider factors such as cash flow, revenue streams, and expenses. So I want to know if you have a business plan, just type in the chat section that I have a business plan. Okay, Daniel has a business plan. Who else has a business plan? Just type in the chat section that okay, great. Okay, if you don't have a business plan, let me know too. Don't be shy, just say, I don't have a business plan. I want to know the people who do not have business plans. Okay, great. We have people who don't have business plans. Great. So what I'm going to do is, with the permission of the organizers of this event, I'll show you how, maybe one of the mentor sessions, I'll show you how to create your business plan for free. I'll show you what you need to have in your business plan. And I want everybody to have their business plan. It's very important. So during this program, we'll be able to work on that. I'll ask the organizers to create a session for that. So let's move on to the next, which is number 5, fundraising and investor relations. So here you need to identify potential sources of funding, such as venture capital, angel investors, or crowdfunding. So how do you do this? Is by building relationships with investors and maintain ongoing communication. So I want to ask some questions here. How many startups have pitched before? You have pitched your business idea somewhere, maybe in an incubation program or an accelerator program or any startup program. Have you pitched? Who has pitched their businesses before? Okay, Eunice has pitched. Okay, let me give Eunice an opportunity to give us an elevator pitch of her business. Eunice, tell us about your business in 1 minute. Are you here?
Yes.
Okay, great, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you. Okay, I'm into mini importation.
Okay.
Then, and I want to start a drink business, like a fruit zobo, not per the zobo we all know, but there's something added to it that is not, that'll make it attractive. Then, and
Okay.
a household cleaning agent. So about the mini importation, which most of us know, mini importation from China,
Yeah, I know
shipping it
that.
and so on. Yes. So in mini importation, we place demand on people's order sometimes then, and what people really need at that particular time.
All right, great. So
Yes.
what are you asking an investor like me?
Okay, an investor that wants to invest on which of the business?
I think I like the mini importation because it gave me more details about that business. You didn't give me more details about the other one.
Okay, then me meeting an investor to is it okay to invest in my companies in the business? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've gotten someone once that was saying that what if he gives me a social amount of money to invest in this mini importation, that will there be much turnover, something like that. And I still told him the same thing I'm saying now, that this mini importation is based on people's order actually, as in if the demand of
Raised funding before. Have you raised funding before? Who has gotten investment before from pitching? Nobody. Okay. Who has applied for funding before from any program? Who has applied for funding before?
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who is speaking?
Yes, Adna Kachimafo is my name.
Okay, great. You want to say something?
Yeah, you were asking who has accessed funding before. I have.
Okay, great. From where? Which organization?
Faith Foundation.
Oh, great. Faith Foundation. I know them.
And Nourishing Africa.
Okay, what was your business idea? What business idea did you pitch to them?
Actually, it's my farm. Our farm we set up.
Okay.
Fish farm, yeah.
Okay, fish farming. Okay, great. All right, thank you so much for letting us know that you have raised funding. So I see that some people are saying in the chat section that they have applied for funding before. Someone said that he has pitched in Tony Elumelu Foundation before. I have done that too, and I have applied for so many funding opportunities. Recently, we got accepted to represent Nigeria in GITEX Morocco and GITEX Dubai. So this year. All right. So for you to apply for funding, for you to get funding from investors, for you to get funding from grant organizations like Tony Elumelu Foundation and others, first off, you need to understand what they are asking for in the application forms, right? You need to know how best to respond to those questions. Most people don't even they don't go past the application forms because they don't know how to respond to those questions, because they've not had like experiences or they've not joined startup programs like this one that you're attending now to understand how best to apply for those opportunities. So I have some recommendations here that can help you if you're applying for funding, if it is grants or investments. You can go to SlideBean on YouTube. So it's a platform for people to be able to create their pitch deck. And then I have another platform that I'm recommending, Entry Plan for Startups. So if you join this community, you'll be able to learn how to apply for funding. Then you need to understand how to use Google Slides, because Google Slides is what you use to create your pitch deck. And then Loom is a platform that you use to, create your 1 minute pitch video. Some organizations ask for 3 minutes pitch video, some ask for 1 minute pitch video. So Loom is a platform you can use to do that. So in startup funding, this is like the journey you go through. So first of all, it starts with your own funding, which is startup founders funding, right? So you need to invest your own money in the business, first of all. Then next thing, you need to reach out to family, friends, and your network who are interested in the business. Then I think someone is unmuted here. Please mute your mic. Thank you. So the next thing is to apply for grants rather. So how do you get grants? By joining incubator programs or accelerator programs, or joining programs like this, startup programs like this, you get grants. I believe there's a grant for the people that are going to get to demo day at the end of this program. I think it's $2,000. Am I correct? Okay. So next thing is to get angel investors. So what grants do for you, what you can use grants to do is to, boost your sales, go into the markets, do lots of marketing, do branding, hire experts that you need to hire to boost the business to the point where investors can say, oh, I want to give you $50,000 to invest in your business. I want to give you $100,000 to invest in your business, right? That is how is that investor money that you can use to expand to different African countries or expand to different cities in the country. Then you can now go from the angel investors' money, you can move to raising funds from venture capital firms. These ones actually give you funds up to millions of dollars. Then there are other higher funding institutions too. So number 6 here, the 6 key points I want to talk about is marketing and branding strategies for startups. This is basically my forte. This is where I have more experience in. So you need to develop a marketing strategy that aligns with your business goals and target audience. So you need to for you to do this, you need to build your brand identity through consistent messaging and visual elements. So this particular statement here looks too technical. I believe it looks too technical for some people, but then if you join my mentor sessions, mentorship sessions, if you're on the group, my group, I would share more insights on this. But basically what this means is you need to have like good designs that promote your business products, your service that you're offering to customers. You need to have how many startups are on social media? Do you have a social media platform? Just say I do in the chat session if you have a social media platform for your business. How many people? Okay, great. Gabriel has Happiness House. Who else has social media? Okay, Solomon, AKG. Thank you. So how do you promote your business? Through marketing. You can use social media marketing. You can do partnerships. So where you partner with like Elisha's business, Liquid Soap, he can partner with hotels, and whenever they need liquid soaps, they can actually get those liquid soaps right from them. Then networking events. So when you join events like this, you attend events like this, you can network with other entrepreneurs that you think that would be your potential customers or be potential partners for your business. Then you can attend events as speakers, right? You can offer to speak at events. So when you're speaking at an event, you use your business as an example to make a particular point, because when you talk about your business as a speaker, people look for you. They'll check you out on social media. They would want to buy your products if they like the product or the service you're offering. Then you can join startup programs like this. When you join startup programs like this, you pitch your business idea. Like now, I know that Elisha does liquid soaps. So if I have a need for liquid soap, I'll just contact him from the group and, I'll get liquid soap sent to my location. So that is how you market your business. It's very easy. It's not too difficult. These are like free ways to market your business. They only require your efforts. They don't require you to spend money, right? So there are other ways you can promote your business by spending money. You can run social media ads. You can run Google ads, which is like display ads or search engine marketing. Then you can pay influencers to influence your business and get customers for you. You can pay for billboards. You see people do billboards offline. You can pay for TV adverts, radio adverts, and the rest. Those are paid channels for marketing, but these ones are free, and you can actually just do them, get results by just putting in the effort. Number 6, let's move quickly. We're almost done. Number 7, rather, developing and launching a minimum viable product, an MVP. So who knows an example of what an MVP is? Just type what you think an MVP is. Like, give me an example in the chat session. I'm waiting. Okay. I want to assume no one knows what an MVP is. Okay, a minimum viable product can be anything. Basically, it can be your it can be the liquid. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Blessing Uche. This is what I actually wanted, but I needed an example of what it looks like in reality. So minimum viable product is the simplest version of your product. So if you are going into liquid soap production, say Mr. Elisha did not have his wife, no, he did not have the packaging skill, right? The packaging skill. His wife, he just has his wife who has the liquid soap production skill. You know, she can just produce the liquid soap and they'll find, say, plastic containers, put them in and sell them without branding, without packaging, without any form of marketing, right? Just sell to their friends, their family, and their network. That is what the minimum viable product is. It's just the simplest form of what your products can look like. So over time, you can then improve on what the product should be based on the idea, the original idea you had, right? That's when you have more funding, you have validated the market. What you need the minimum viable product to do is to validate the market, to get customer feedback. Basically, it helps you to test the idea, your business idea in the market. You can get customer feedback to refine your product and make improvements. So I want to know how many startups here have MVPs? Just type in the chat section if you have an MVP. Okay, someone said their minimum viable product is, I want to get that message, a WhatsApp booking platform for which actually depicts a website to be launched. Okay, great, yes. So you want to, if somebody wants to, you can have a WhatsApp group where people can come book their flights, book hotels, book their trips, right? Before you have a website, it helps you to validate and know whether people want to actually work with you as a service provider. Thank you guys for contributing. So number 8, we'll move faster. Number 8 is scaling and growth strategies for startups. Here, you need to identify opportunities for growth, such as expanding your products line, or entering new markets. Develop strategies to scale your business while maintaining profitability. So when you grow your business to the point where you think you need to go to another city or another country, please do. You need to start planning for scaling and growth strategies. Your scaling and growth strategies for your startup, because it helps you to make more money, it helps you to gain more visibility, it helps you to access more markets, it helps your business valuation to grow, it helps to access more investors, external investors. Say you've been operating from Port Harcourt and you decide to scale into Akwa Ibom, scale into Abia, scale into Abuja, scale into Lagos. The more you expand to these locations, the more networks you build, the more investors you access, and the more funding the more money you make in your business. Let's look at number 9. Number 9 is navigating legal and regulatory hurdles. So ensure that your business complies with all relevant laws and regulations. Seek legal guidance as needed. So how many entrepreneurs here have registered their businesses? Let me see. Just type in the chat section if you've registered your business with CAC. Great. I see that we have entrepreneurs who have actually complied with relevance. Gospel says it's still in progress. Okay, great. So number 10 finally is, but first off, I need to let you know that you need to register your business. You need to, pay your taxes if you are a registered business. Basically, there are benefits for taxpayers. There are other benefits. You need to ask for those benefits. There are lots of benefits for paying your tax. And then when you register your business, an advantage you get is when you get to the point where you need to scale your business, you need more funding from investors. And no investor would give you money into your personal accounts. An investor that is serious about making money or partnering with you as a business owner would only give you money when you give them a business account that carries your business name, right? So when you have scaled to the point where you think that, okay, I think I can scale this business to another city or another country, that's where it will hook you, because you can't show an investor that wants to put in 10 million naira in your business that you have been able to make 100 million naira in the past 3 years, right? The investor wants to see that 100 million naira books that carries your business name. In your business, million naira has passed through your business account, not that 100 million naira has passed through your personal account. No investor will give you money for the traction you have gained through your personal account. So that's why it's very important to register your business. Some people think that, okay, if they register their businesses, they would actually pay taxes. Yes, you pay taxes, but then you have more benefits in the future. When you want to raise funding, investors will only give you money if you are a registered business. So finally, managing your time and resources effectively as an entrepreneur. So you need to prioritize tasks, delegate responsibilities, and manage your time effectively to maximize productivity and minimize burnout. Entrepreneurs, we want to work 24 hours. We want to do everything. We want to be master of all, or jack of all trades rather. And we want to just do everything in our business, right? You would actually burn out. You'd fall ill. You'll be sick one day, right? So that's why you need to prioritize your tasks. You need to tell yourself that, okay, these are the list of things I will do as a business owner. The other things, I will delegate them to my co-founder. If you have a co-founder, I'll delegate them to the interns I've hired. If you have interns or you have staff that are working with you, I would actually manage my time effectively so that I can maximize productivity. There's something Vusi Tembekwayo said. He said there's a difference between working on the business and working in the business. As an entrepreneur, as a startup founder, you need to be working on the business and not always working in the business. Working in the business means that you are producing the liquid soap, you are turning on the generator for production, you are doing the packaging, you are doing the designs, all of those minor tasks that you can easily delegate to someone else. That's working in the business. Now, working on the business is that you are creating new strategies for you to grow. You are going out to network with people to talk about your business. You are going out to meet investors to pitch your ideas to them. You are creating new strategies, marketing strategies, new ways to beat competitors out of the market. It's a mind work. And for you to be able to have that conversation with yourself to create better strategies that will make your business grow, you need to be focused on working on the business and not always working in the business. Thank you so much, everyone. I think I've come to the end of my session. And so finally, I'll be taking questions. I don't know if Linda would like to lead us in that question and answer section. So she can actually read through the questions that we have in the chat section already. And then if anyone has any question, I don't know how many we can take. Linda, over to you. Thank you.
We'll be taking questions now.
I saw some questions in the chat section. I don't know if I can find them. Well, how many questions can we take, Linda?
You can take.
Hello. Hello, good morning, everyone.
So this is how we are going to do it so that we can have, we can do it in an orderly manner. If you want to ask a question, just raise your hands and then Linda will give you permission to speak. Or if you can't speak, you can actually type your question in the chat section too.
Please, I've been raising my hand for a while now. Please allow me to talk.
All right,
Okay,
please go ahead. Linda,
you can go ahead.
Okay, great, thank you. You tell us your name, what your business is, just like one line. Please don't give us details and then ask your questions. We are waiting for you to speak, please. Who's speaking?
Come.
Ruben, we are waiting for you. Okay, John.
Who else has a question to ask?
John, you can speak.
All right, thank you so much. Good morning, and thank you, Mr. Afan, for this very insightful session.
Thank you, John.
My question goes thus. You made mention of platforms or communities where we can join and get information on funding and grant raising and fundraising programs. I think it's very important if you mention them again so we can join, and I can understand that grant writing and all of those things are not things we just wake up and do. We need to be grounded. So if you can mention those platforms so we can join or get ourselves involved and learn in the process. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, John. What I will do is I will share that presentation I used with you in the chat section. So I'll share the link to it, and you can actually have access to everything I have presented to you. So you can actually go back and read through, apart from watching the replay of the session. So I mentioned SlideBean. I'm trying to check that again so I don't forget the question, the platforms. Yeah, SlideBean is on YouTube. They have a YouTube channel. What they do is they teach startup founders how to raise funding, how to meet investors, how to validate their ideas, all of those basic things you need for you to be able to raise funding, how to approach investors. If you are applying for a grant opportunity, how to apply for those opportunities, where to find them and all that. So that's what they basically do. Before I started raising funding, before I started pitching, I had to watch lots of SlideBeans videos, and it helped me a lot. They're free, like just go on YouTube, you find them. But I'll share the link to this presentation. Then entry plan for startups, basically it's a community. I would share with the permission of the organizers, right? So I don't want you moving from this community to another community. So with their permission, they would share the community link to that community with you. So you get, what you do is what you have access to is you get information about, or you get ideas or insights on how to apply for funding opportunities. I think they also have a YouTube channel you can go and watch to see how to apply for, respond to questions in those funding opportunities forms, right? How best to respond to those questions. Then I mentioned Google Slide. Google Slide is basically what you know. You use it to create your pitch deck, right? So your pitch deck is something you would need to pitch to investors, pitch to organizations that are giving you grants, because everybody will need to have a pitch slide, right? Then Loom is what you use to create, is a platform you use to create your video, your elevator pitch video, 1 minute video, 3 minute video. Some grant organizations will ask you to record yourself talking about your business. And so Loom is a tool, just like Zoom, but it's basically used to record your screen and talk about your business. So I would share that link now, but the link to the communities, the organizers will actually share that. So I've shared the link to my presentation so you can, oh, sorry, I think I shared to someone. Let me share to everybody. Link to presentation. Please, who has another question? Yes, that's the presentation I used. That's the presentation I used. You can actually.
And you can unmute your mic.
And you can unmute your mic and ask your question, please.
All right, thank you very much. I so much appreciate you for giving me the opportunity. My question is, Concerning the registration aspect, my main work, my main business is catering business. My production is as you're producing it, as you're cooking, they are eating it up. You go for party, the food is being finished there. You don't need registration for that food. But this honey business, I said earlier on that I'm moving into because of my state now, because I'm doing my own mobile. I just hate being idle without having money at hand. I have already done my branding and packaging and everything. I've talked to pharmacy, even hospital, this thing. One supermarket they want to buy, but they need the product to be registered, to have NAFDAC number. My question now is, how can I register my honey business to have that NAFDAC number to show that this is actually an original honey, to prove to them? Secondly, how can I do adverts on Facebook page or YouTube? Sometimes you go on Facebook, you just be seeing useful and useful adverts. You will just be wondering, how do they do that? And sometimes you watch people do long video that is more than 30 minutes. If you go to my Facebook page, you will see some of my works that I do, but it's just limited to 30 minutes. So I don't really know how they do that. Even in rare, I just want to know how I can register my honey business so that some customers who are willing to buy can buy, seeing that NAFDAC number. The second question I said, how can I do adverts on Facebook or YouTube? Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Anne, for that question. So you mentioned NAFDAC registration. So I think this is something the organizers can do for you, because it as an ecosystem enabler, they'll be able to have easy access to NAFDAC, all those regulatory bodies, to help you fast track your registration. I think NAFDAC has like some requirements, basic standard requirements that you need to have. You need to have a factory, you need to have equipment, you need to have, not like a big factory, right? You need to just have a dedicated space to produce your, to make your products, right? You need to have those standard equipment that they require. So I think the organizers can actually help you with that whole process. I am not affiliated with NAFDAC in any way, but I believe that it's faster when ecosystem enablers like this reach out to NAFDAC and say, our community has, SMEs that would like to register their products and have license from you. So it's faster, it helps, it's easier for you to actually get your products registered with NAFDAC if you pass through the organizer. So I advise that you actually pass through the organizers to get that done. Then for adverts, it is easy for you to run ads on social media. So I think, who actually checks their emails every day? Let me see your hands. Just say I do in the chat section. You check your email every day?
Yeah.
Okay, great. It's very important to check your email every day, because you could get an opportunity and you'll miss it if you don't check. Another thing you need to do is make Google your best friend. Google should be your best friend. Oh, now we have ChatGPT. The platform I was using to present to you is Notion. It has the AI part of it, right? And I can ask Notion to do anything for me. So Notion, I created my presentation with Notion because I worked with the AI to create that presentation. I got ideas from Notion AI. So Google should be your best friend. Anything you need to know about in this life, just ask Google. Google would give you the best responses, to give you YouTube videos you can watch step-by-step processes on how to get those things done. So you asked about how to run ads. I have a WhatsApp group for my mentorship sessions. I don't know number of persons that are there on that group, but I think I found like just 3 entrepreneurs there. But if you can reach out to the organizers, you join the WhatsApp group. When we are having our mentorship sessions, you ask that question. I will show you real time how to run ads and all of those. But then alternatively, you can ask Google, you can ask on YouTube, you'll find a video that helps you to run ads on social media, and how to make longer videos that are longer than 30 minutes. You find them there on YouTube if you want to do that. Thank you. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, great. So I will paste that link again. And okay, someone has pasted it again. So what you need to have is a Notion account. Just when you click on the link, you'll be required to create a Notion account, right? Create your Notion account, then copy this link to your WhatsApp, paste it somewhere, or paste it on your notepad. So when you create a Notion account, you have to click this link again to find the presentation. So it's just like creating a Google or logging into your job for you to be able to access a Google document, right? So you need to have a Notion account to access this file. All right, so who else again?
I think Joseph has been raising her hand. I don't know if he's a man or woman for a while, so we can allow her.
Is it Joyce?
Good morning.
Okay.
I'm a guy, to be precise. I'm a boy.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
I want to ask a question with regards to the business registration.
Okay.
I've registered my business with CAC, and the business is still at the startup phase. I've run some testing with the product I'm doing. I'm into repurposing condemned car tires to make soles for footwears.
Amazing.
So I also try to get a tax identification number, but people were advising me that I won't be able to keep up since I'm at the infant stage, because I should rather try to put that money back into the business and so I can standardize the business before, moving to the next phase, which is getting a tax identification number. I've tried to create a business account that carries the name on my CAC certificate. So, sir, please, I believe you're an expert in this field. I don't know, what's your take? What will you have me do? Thank you. That's my
Sorry
question,
to jump in, Victor. Josephat, thanks, John. Ms. Victor is not a legal personnel. His expertise or his session is meant to walk us through the starting of entrepreneurship, and what he has mentioned happens to be the necessary things that we should take note of in our business. Continue participating in this program is well packaged. We understand the need. There's a section for team formation for those of them that are asking for how to find co-founders. There's a time for legals, and we would have persons who have expertise when it comes to company registration and all those things required by the law to register your business. There's a section for that coming up in some couple of weeks coming. So what am I trying to say? Some of your questions, especially, he mentioned that his expertise is marketing. So it would be very wise that you asked him marketing related issues, and you'll be happy to answer them. Like your legals, your business registration, your team formation. By coming weeks, you'll see sections specifically on team formation. How can you be able to convince someone to become your co-founder? How can you be able to pitch to someone who you just see and you like his skills to join you in your vision? How can you register your company? What category of company should you register, and so on and so forth? Those questions will come, will be answered when we go into team, when we come to that particular section. So I would really recommend that you focus the question to Victor to be around marketing and marketing strategies, just like the mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nana. I was just about to say that I'm not an expert in that field, right? So I was still going to refer him back to the organizers to handle that and work with him. So which other questions do we have? I think Reginald wants to ask a question. I hope it's marketing related. Okay, I think Reginald, you can go ahead.
Reginald, haven't you asked? Okay, try unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you. I've not asked my question, Mr. Nana. I just want to. My question is marketing related anyway. Like I said earlier before Mr. Igwe left, I am into electrical materials, fittings, and lightings.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, Mr. Akman, my question is, the market we find ourselves is a very competitive market. where all sorts of similar products are in the market. And it's becoming so hectic for you to convince a person that this particular product, it's good, especially for those of us who do not do direct importations. It is easier when somebody, this is your product and you build direct from China and bring it. But you are a sub-buyer, you buy locally from the importers and then you buy varieties. Now the question is here, how do we really, it is difficult because you are not there. So sometimes they buy this product and it works. Tomorrow another person buys it, does not work. And the confusion is everywhere because this A, it works for A, it didn't work for B. How do we really convince people? How can we be able to throw a balance in this not workability, not working and working when it is similar product? Because it's really creating confusion and it's as if you don't know what you're doing in the market. So please, sir, I want you to really help. It's a very big problem and a challenge for me. I don't know for other persons. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reginald, for that question. First of all, we'll talk about your unique value proposition. So basically, I mentioned unique value proposition here. What makes you stand out from competitors? So competitors are selling the same thing. And I also mentioned that if you are going into a business, running a business, you should be sure that you are not doing a Me Too business. A Me Too business is kind of business that every other person is doing. Like now, you are now in that space where everybody is doing the same business, but then some people's business, some people's products are substandard, they are not up to standard, and they keep failing for some customers. And so customers then use that experience to say, oh, this product is not good, I'm not buying from you. Meanwhile, the issue was not from you. Perhaps you must have gotten like better products that would last longer. But then because these other people who are your competitors and doing the same business that you are in, they are selling fake products, or they're selling products that do not last long, right? So you need to find a unique value proposition. So now in your case, it's very difficult for you to find that unique value proposition because you are selling the same product that every other person is selling. What you can do next is to start focusing on your messaging. How do you create a clear messaging about your products? So you are selling the same products, but then it is standard. It is the best quality. It is durable. It will last longer than every other competitor's products. You need to trust my products. I know a shop, an electronic shop there's a plaza called Banex in Abuja, a very popular plaza, right? So in that shop, right, there's one person that people go to buy from most times, and his products are always very expensive. You would ask why his products are expensive, but other shops there in that same plaza are selling similar products to what he's selling. But Oraimo cord in his shop is like 3 times more expensive than the next 5 shops there. In fact, all the shops there. Why? Is because he buys, his message to customers is, if you buy my Oraimo cord, it won't get spoiled for the next 2 years. And that is the promise he has been giving customers. And so me as a customer, when I buy that Oraimo cord from him and it stays for 2 years, I will tell my friend that is going to Banex to buy Oraimo cord, find Uche's shop. Find Uche's shop. If you don't find Uche's shop, don't worry, I'll call him to find you, because his products last longer. It doesn't matter the price, just buy from him. It will last longer. So what you need to start preaching is your message. You need to create a clear message to customers, something that promises them that, okay, if they buy your product, it will stay for a very long time, longer than what other competitors are selling. Another thing you need to do is to network with people. So how do you network? You attend events like this, reach out to them, show them how it works, tell them that, oh, other people are selling similar thing, but you want to promise them that if they buy from you, your brand, they would always want to come back to buy more from you or refer you to their network, right? So network with more people. If you network with more people, they will know you, because those other people that are like competitors there, they expect that people should come to them and buy from them, but you go to the customers wherever they are. Identify, when you have been able to identify who your target customer is, go to where you will find them. If they are always on startup programs like this, apply for more startup programs so that you can network and talk about your products. Then finally, testimonial is very, very important. You see testimonials on different websites, right? So those testimonials are very strategic. It helps other people that come on the website to say that, okay, this website is actually useful. It has been helpful to these people that are testifying that they've used it for whatever they used it for. So if somebody buys your products, you need to check up on them. Most of us don't do customer service. We feel like customer service should happen when a customer has an issue. No, customer service should happen after you've sold a product to a customer. It's called after sale service, whereby you check on the customer to ask them, is the product still working? Do you have issues with the product? You know, if the customer doesn't have issues with the product over a period of time, you can ask for a testimonial, right? Either a video testimonial or a message, a text testimonial, or even a photo of them holding the products and recommending you as a valid supplier or retailer, whatever the case may be. So yeah, thank you so much. I don't know if I was able to respond to that question. What's his name again? Is he still on the call?
Yes, he is, but he might not be able to meet himself again. So use the chat session to confirm if your question has been answered.
Okay, yeah, please just let me know if I was able to respond to your question. How many more questions can we take, please? I have to run.
All right. Yeah, was Odnaka. All right, Odnaka, please, we have 3 more hands raised here. Odnaka, Amarachi, and Daniel. Once we take the 3 of them, we can shut it down because of time. All right, Odnaka,
Okay,
mute yourself, please.
Odnaka.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning once again. Just a contribution or a comment I want to make. Like it has been stated earlier, this is actually the session to talk about what I want to talk about now, which is business registration. So I just want to, because I like sharing, I like sharing information, basically, so that it could help other people to move on. For business registration, person asked about business registration and bank account and TIN, tax identification number. I think my own was seamless. It was very, very smooth. I never paid anybody to do it. I did it all by myself. Maybe that because I'm in Omaya. So I went to the CSC office and registered my business. And also, when you go to register for TIN, they will make sure that you have corporate accounts first. So you open your corporate account first before your TIN. And to open corporate accounts, you should budget something like at least 15,000 naira, because that should be the minimum withholding balance, or what they use to do a legal search of your business. So that is that for account opening. So when you open your account, you cannot go for your TIN to register for your TIN. And bear in mind that registering for TIN, you make sure you do your tax clearance. I think it's annually, or whichever way it is done. I don't know whether it's annually now or quarterly or whatever. So even if you have not sold anything, even if your business is not operational, you must do your tax clearance, especially when you go what they call whatever clearance. That's to show that you've not earned any money, you've not done any business within the period. So that's number one. Number two, still borders on business registration. If you are in Umar, if you are in Abia State, there is a Ministry of SME. I think one of the things I did was to ensure that my business is also registered with the Ministry of SME in Abia State. So if you go to the Ministry of SME in Abia State, their website, you will see my business listed there. So they will even help you to enlist your business on the internet and all that. So you can register with the Ministry of SME and SMIDAN, that's a small and medium scale business enterprise agency, Nigeria. So that one you can actually do it online. But if you register with Ministry of SME, they will compare you to go for a 3-day training with SMIDAN. So at the end of the day, they will issue certificates. So these are information I wanted to actually dish out. I don't know who it might benefit. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Nakachi. Thank you for sharing your experience. Like mentioned again on this call, please, the section for today is to give you insights to what you should prepare for. Individual sections on registration, the right approach to take. The people who are practicing, who are legal practitioners, give insight. All Nakati shared his own experience. It might be quite easier or cheaper. It might be quite expensive, more expensive, two ways. So by the time we get into that session in depth, we will get more understanding on that area. Thank you for sharing all that. Daniel, please quickly, and over to you before our next speaker will take over.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
I thank you for this wonderful session. It was truly an eye-opener. But my question in the area of marketing is, as a person who is kind of in the financial inclusion industry now, so it's kind of, although it has a large market, especially here in Nigeria, considering the fact that there is this unbanked majority of persons as compared to those who are financially literate. All right. But it is discovered that generally the people's mindset is and perspective is a major barrier to sometimes selling your business idea to them in this type of situation, because in communication, perspective is one major barrier. In this kind of situation, how do you kind of manage it? So that's my question.
Okay, if I got you correctly, Daniel, your question is sharing your business idea with people. Are you asking if it is advisable or not advisable?
No, sir. What I mean is, okay, take for instance in Aba, all right.
Okay.
Aba generally has this perspective. They are not that much digitally inclined. That is in quotes. They are this type of people. They kind of understand it more manually than digitally. They want to see it work. They want to see you handle it. They want to, you understand, that type of something. Unlike all them that, okay, you can do this way, you can do this that way, but it's now virtual, it's now digital, it's now technological based, right? So most times they're skeptical about it, and it is a problem in most cases, because that type of naive mindset can constitute a problem in communicating effectively your business idea to this group of persons now. All right. So in such situations, what do you do? That is just what I'm saying.
Okay, great. Thank you. Right, basically, it is not just Aba, it is almost everywhere in Nigeria, right? There are some products that suffer in some markets. So I can remember when OPay came to, I was in Akwa Ibom then, and OPay was also in Aba, I believe. Yeah, it was in Aba, yeah. So when they first started in 2018, they launched their go-to-market strategy. Their go-to-market strategy was the all-ride, where you can use tricycles to book a ride. You can book a ride, right, with tricycles. I believe that happened in Aba, right? Am I correct? I need feedback. Did that happen in Aba? Hello?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you for the feedback. So that was their go-to-market strategy. It wasn't the main business, but now we all realize that, oh, OPay is a financial technology company, not a ride-hailing company, right? So their go-to-market strategy was that, to use what people currently use, but adding a simple form of technology to make it better for them, right? And people adopted it, and people started downloading the OPay app. And plus, if you have a friend who is not using OPay, or who is using OPay, and you're not using OPay to book rides, you feel like you're missing out. That's what they did. That was their go-to-market strategy. So in your case where you are trying to you're trying to get people to adopt what they are not used to. What you need to focus on in terms of marketing is sensitization. You need to have more on foot soldiers, right? And start with people that already know what you are doing, because the fastest or the best form of marketing is word of mouth marketing. The best form of marketing is word of mouth marketing, whereby I'm using a particular product and I tell my friend will download the app faster than if you, who has never met my friend before, comes to tell my friend about the app. But if I tell my friend, this is the app I'm using to do this, to solve my problem or to achieve this goal, my friend will definitely download the app. Just like how I told you, if you want to understand more about startups and startup fundings, you can check YouTube, you can check Google, right? I just told you about Google, I just told you about YouTube, right? And you would want to go there to check those things out. But if someone else from somewhere says, oh, check YouTube, check Google, because the person has not shared knowledge, has not shared experience with you, you might be skeptical about taking that action. But because I've shared knowledge, I've shared experience, I've told you that I'm representing Nigeria in GITEX Morocco and GITEX Dubai, because I learned from YouTube, I learned from Google, I learned from meeting people, advisors, and the rest of them, right? You'd want to take action. So one key thing you can do is sensitization. So when you sensitize your audience, on making them understand the value they get, the additional value they get from using a tech platform or a tech product, then you adopt it. But then start by sensitizing people that are closer to you, your family, your friends, should be the first set of users that you're having. From there, they will tell their own friends, they will tell their own family members, right? And from there, that's how you grow very fast. Like I said, the fastest form of marketing, or the best form of marketing, is word of mouth marketing. I don't know if I answered your question correctly, Daniel.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Victor. I really appreciate for spending time with us this morning. Because of our time, we have a second speaker who is meant to be taking us today. So maybe other questions will be moved to the end of the section, so that we don't bore ourselves up with much discussions or keep him waiting. He just joined. Mr. Edward, can you confirm that you're on the call? Hi, Mr. Edward. Hello, Mr. Edward. Are you available now?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Good morning.
all right,
Good
good.
morning.
So
Thank you,
I
Mr.
would,
Thanks for having me.
thank you, sir. We'll do an introduction and hand over the baton to him. Mr. Edward, hello, fellows. Remember, today we are basically looking into the basis of entrepreneurship and startup, the key principles, strengths, mindsets needed to succeed as a business, your idea generation and validation. And I must tell you the truth that Mr. Edward is another resource person that will take us on a very insightful journey. Mr. Edward is a business consultant that has been practicing for over 10 years. I think I just use that 10 years just to say summary, right? Over 10 years. Even me, I have sat under his teaching as a business consultant, and he's based in Abuja and Lagos, is shuttle between them. He has worked with Google to deliver products all across Nigeria and so on and so forth. So I tell you nothing but the truth, that Mr. Edward would be a very important personnel that you would be able to draw from his experiences, how he has been succeeding in these competitive markets. During his section yesterday, which I happened to join, he said that some businesses, and I've forgotten the number, in US cannot pay their rent. But if he has been in this business for almost 10 years and he's still paying rent with tax wahala, I think it's something that you cannot afford to learn from him. So at this juncture, I want to hand over the mic to Mr. Edward. Thank you for joining us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Oganana. Thank you so much. All my friends here, good morning, and thanks for Ruben. You can put down your hands. If not, that hand go paying you small, no vex. Then if you are here, you can hear me. Please just type 100 in the chat box. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. If you are here, you can hear me. Type 100. Okay, are people typing already? Thank you. Quite a number of persons. Thank you so much. Good morning, Elisha, Eunice, Mary, Ruben, everybody. All right. The second thing I want to do is that if you, I know this is the general session, but if you were in my session yesterday that I had with the smaller group of my mentees, you can do 200. I wanted to see who and who joined my online session yesterday. 200, please. Only people that learned about startup graveyard yesterday, please. 200. Anybody? Anybody? 200. If you made. Okay, Elisha. Yes, I thought I saw you. Yeah, true. 200. Yeah, Chigozo, you were around. Yeah, Wanchuku Gladys, you were there. I joined. Thank you. All right. So I want to do a follow up to yesterday's conversation, and I want to talk about finding entrepreneurial success. Okay, finding entrepreneurial success. Yesterday we spoke about what you need to make your startup, what to avoid, basically. We spoke about the startup graveyard, and we talked that we should use one particular tool, which is the business model canvas or the lean canvas, to document and clarify our idea, right? So I don't want us to dwell too much around what is not working in Nigeria, right? And for us to dwell around the startup graveyard. Today is not about the graveyard. Today is about running a business that is alive, even though yesterday was about the graveyard. So finding entrepreneurial success is important because the whole reason why you are in business is to succeed. Entrepreneurship, startup success. So what are the things that can make your startup succeed? What are the things that can make us, in my opinion, there are several factors, but I want to share 5 with us today, and I hope we can take lessons. I have worked with Google, Facebook, IBM in Nigeria. I love those brands. I love what they have done. I love what they are doing. I've also looked at some very successful Nigerian businesses, Nigerian startup, and I want us to take lessons from global companies and foreign companies. In fact, what I can tell you is I have done all the calculations myself. I just want to give us a summary, and I just posted a summary on the chat box. Broadly speaking, there are several things that can make your startup succeed. I want to share 5 that are very important. I've tagged those 5 things, the fantastic 5. I need you to pay attention to those 5 things. I need you to commit to do 1 or 2 of those 5 things. You don't need to do all. Just do 1. Just do 1. I tell people the biggest company in Nigeria today by revenue is MTN. MTN 2022 revenue was 2 trillion. How are they making that amount of money in a very challenging economy like Nigeria? If you look at those fantastic 5, is the summation of those 5 things. They are finding customers, They are acquiring the right talent, their people. They have the right governance structure. They have internal processes and they measure, and lastly, they leverage technology. If you face that to Flutterwave, to Paystack, to Uber, to start any tech startup, is around those 5 things typically. Is around those 5 things. If we do not know these 5 things, if we do not pay attention to these 5 things, you mean we're just wasting our time. And I don't want you to waste your time, and I don't want to waste your own time. So, you talk to me about one business that you know that is doing well, and give me one reason you think that they are doing so well. Anybody? Anybody? Tell me one business that you know that is doing exceptionally well. Yeah, Ruben, please use the mic. And give me just one reason you think that business is flying.
Okay, sir, thank you. Like in my own line of business, I'm into debt remediation. Is one of the first such a business that is run by a private sector. We are into cleaning of drainage systems, and one of my co-founder is the.
Hello, Ruben. Ruben, please hold on. Thank you. I'm not talking about you or your startup. I'm talking about any other business that you know. It's not your business. It's not even your friend's business. Are you aware of any business in Nigeria that is doing exceptionally well? And what can you attribute that success to? What would you say this is the reason why? Okay, somebody say Coca-Cola, Nigerian breweries. Let's take Nigerian breweries. Like you guys, Elisha like to drink every morning. So we're starting with beer and Ogogoro. Before we now dilute it with sugar, Coca-Cola. So let me hear from Elijah, Nigerian brewery. Nigerian breweries are doing very well, quite all right. I don't have their figures for last year. But tell me, in your opinion, Elisha, why do you think Nigerian brewery is doing very well? Then I'll come back to Onwachuku, Gladys. Then I'll now take Ruben. I think Ruben will come again.
Okay.
Why do you think they're doing very well?
Thank you very much. This is Elijah Michael. Nigerian Brew is doing very well because I believe they are giving their customers the value they needed. And secondly, they do buy off any perceived competitor just as they bought over life. So I think their concentration is customer value and satisfaction, and they have a unique edge in buying over competitors. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So they serve the customers well and they acquire competition. That's the reason why they are succeeding. Thank you so much. Coca-Cola. The reason why Coca-Cola is the level of promotion. Okay, somebody said Tesla, but let me get the reason for Coca-Cola first. Why is Coca-Cola, in your opinion? Ruben, I'll come back to you. Why is Coca-Cola, in your opinion, why are they a top brand? Why are they doing so well? And what lessons? Yesterday we took lessons from the one we don't die. But today I want us to take lessons from the ones that are living. Let's not take lessons alone from the dead ones. Let's also take lessons from the living ones. So if Coca-Cola is a living business, what are the lessons we can take from them? Somebody wants to share? Gladys, you can't use your mic, right? That's why you're on the chat. But I don't understand the reason why it is Coca-Cola is a level of consumption. You need to help me clarify. Chigozie, can you explain Tesla? Why do you think that Tesla is a successful? I like this Indomie. We must take that Indomie too, because Indomie is flogging everybody in that noodles market. Okay, so Tesla, Chigozie, what's lesson?
Sorry, Mr. Edward. Please, if you want to speak, just raise up your hand because for security reasons, we can only ask you to unmute from our end before you can do that. So,
that's fine.
Before you.
So let me unmute. Let's go back to Ruben. Let Ruben speak because he was saying something something before I said no, it should take a different direction. Today is learning from the land of the living. Yesterday was learning from the land of the dead. And we are not dead people. So we learn from living businesses, thriving businesses, succeeding businesses. We're talking about startup success. And one place for you to also find success is to look at others that are already succeeding. So, yeah, Ruben, are you ready now to tell me, in your opinion, which business do you think is succeeding and what is the secret that they're using to succeed?
All right, sir. First of all, I would say I'm sorry. I misconstrued the question.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's fine. I understand.
Okay. Okay. I mean, talking about the Coca-Cola company, one of the reasons I think they have succeeded exceptionally around the world is because they create customers in interest. You know, with so many brands, so many different Coca-Cola brands, and they bring it home. Most of the times, they have been able to attract the appetite of the young people who are basically the more percentage population around the world. So that's what I can say on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben. So help me summarize again. They bring in more people, right? Or what? I missed some points.
Okay. I said they have been able to create customers' interest through brands.
Yes. They've been able to create customers' interest through a strong brand positioning, right?
Yes, they create customers' interest.
Yes, through a very strong
different tests and sizes that appeal to young people.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ruben. Okay, you're bidding on the same Coca-Cola. Let me hear from John now. Which business do you really want your startup to even be like or do better than? And why are they Dangote? Jesus,
Hello,
that's important. Yes, John. Yes, please go ahead if that is John. John, please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Well, I think Coca-Cola is thriving for reasons being that they have a good, they study the market very well. Understanding that the Nigerian markets, their target audience is basically, intertwined with the fact that Nigeria is fast, but so selling to customers who are always out under the sun to do their work to make ends meet daily. It's something that fizzy drinks are satisfying. They satisfy our taste quickly. So then, secondly, is their marketing. You never see Coca-Cola telling you to buy a bottle. No. Instead, so that they put the Coca-Cola brand, the bottle, the cold
food.
Yeah, somebody in the Coke, they put it in different parts in strategic position. In people, they give out a branded fridge, branded clothes, and all of those things. So, left, right, or up or down, you must see Coca-Cola logo somewhere. You must see that goes to show how much they've invested in marketing and making people see their brand everywhere and every day, everywhere they go. Then lastly, the taste. Coca-Cola has remained consistent despite the fact that our economy has remained inconsistent over time. So although there have been slight complaints about their taste changing, but still no other fizzy drinks beat them in Nigeria. So they've tried to remain consistent in giving us the taste that we want. That's why if you keep Coke and keep any other drink, we'll still go for
Everybody
Coke.
will like to go for Coke. Thank you.
Coca-Cola product is still what we expect and what we get, not what we order versus.
Okay. I agree with you. Thank you. One last comment on that, and we would go. Whose hand is up again? Let me hear from Josephat, right? Josephat, are you ready? You can use the mic. And Eunice, that will be the last two, and we'll move on. Thank you. Josephat, then Eunice. Is Josephat here?
Okay, good morning, sir.
Yes, please go ahead, Josephat.
My mic was mute, sorry. Okay,
Okay.
so with regards to Coca-Cola, what the last person said is
Hey,
in a
whoa,
way.
same Coca-Cola again. You guys like Coca-Cola too much. What's it happening now?
Okay,
I
for
also
me,
want to
sir,
hear from Dangote. I want to hear from Indomie. Why is Indomie succeeding? Why is Dangote succeeding?
okay, I'll talk on Indomie shortly after leaving this point. I think for Coca-Cola is that we've paid allegiance to the product. We've built a habit around the product, easy accessibility and all that. Though for me, there've been changes in the taste.
So can you see some of the things we also need to do? If you are building any startup, can you build allegiance? What do you call it? Allegiance for people to buy your product? Can you build, what do you call the second word again after the allegiance?
Like building a habit around it,
Accessibility.
like,
Build a
yes,
lifestyle around your product, build accessibility around your product, right?
yes, sir.
So I tell people that sometimes success is just copy and paste, though. Imitation or adaptation. You know, you can imitate a successful person and you can adapt their strategy. They say that if you are in the company of 5 billionaires, what will happen to you as the number 6 person?
You'll be the 6th billionaire.
In just a matter of time, you will be the 6th billionaire. Company matters, association matters, success stories. That's why yesterday we're looking at the dead ones, and today we're looking at. So look at Coca-Cola. Look at what you're saying. They build allegiance, a lifestyle around the product, and they're succeeding. Can I also build allegiance and a lifestyle around my own products and succeed? Oh, they have accessibility. You can buy Coke in Aba, in Abuja, in Ikeja. Is your product also readily available like that? What do you need to do to make it readily available? That's success strategy. We are not reading anything from Harvard. We're just looking up to successful business, following them, copying them, and adapting what they are doing. Abi?
Yes, sir.
Are my friends still here?
Yes, I'm still
Okay.
on, sir.
Please,
okay,
go on.
So for Indomie, I feel just like with regards to Coca-Cola, one of the reasons why the product is successful is the ease of preparation. And secondly, the fact that they are franchising it, like it's more of a franchise. So the bulk of the responsibility wouldn't really lie on the management, on the brand. Though they have regulations in place to make sure that whoever is franchising in meets up certain standard. But for me as a customer,
Ease of what? Ease of production or what?
No, like ease of use, like usage. For instance, now in less than 5 minutes, I can prepare Indomie. Okay, like yesterday, I prepared 200 Indomie. I was late for work, almost 10 minutes late. And
Don't worry,
that 10 minutes,
very soon you'll be doing 50,000 lunch in a restaurant. You just go somewhere and eat 50,000 lunch, not 200 Indomie.
Okay, what I'm just saying is that it's cheap within a short period of time, and it's convenient for me to carry. That's something that if I had gone to a restaurant to eat, I would have spent like 500 or 600 naira thereabouts. But I was able to, within a period of 5 minutes, prepare it with less time wastage. So I think for me as a customer, it's just the ease of preparation and then it's affordability.
Yeah.
If
so
you were
if
to be
you are
rice,
building something,
if you were to be rice,
build
I will
it.
parboil it, cook it.
No, I want to explain something on your point. I agree with you. We're speaking John, right?
Joseph Atta.
Joseph Atta, I want to build on that your point. I agree with you absolutely. So I'm also telling everybody we are taking lessons from Indomie, the ease of production, ease or convenience. So whatever you are building, speak to ease, are there other businesses that their business model is built around ease and convenience?
There are lots of them, sir.
So don't build any solution that will give the customer a headache. So that is actually called design thinking, right? Once you build using a design thinking approach, you are building with empathy, you are building with the user in mind. You are building in a collaborative manner, and you are listening to the customers, you are listening to your users. That's my point. Thank you. You want to continue on others? That's okay.
No. Let others continue.
Let's others speak. So I said I'll take two more. Okay, I mentioned Eunice. Okay, I'll take Amarachi and Okere. Those are the last one. All these hands that I'm seeing, we'll take these 4 hands and we'll move on. Eunice, please use the mic. Thank you.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I talked about Indomie noodles. Hello?
Yes, please
Hello?
go ahead. Eunice, go ahead.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Okay, Indomie noodles actually, why they are trending now, or why it's at everybody's lips as in Indomie, because there are many noodles, but there is Indomie itself. So now is everywhere because it's accessible. First of all, there are adverts. Like Indomie, they have good adverts. They can advertise well. Their marketing strategy is okay. I can remember back then in school that Indomie, they normally come to schools, they cook, they share to everybody. People get to win stuffs. These are business strategies to make your business grow and for people to know about this particular product. And also, Indomie has been here since 1990s. Like, it has been here for ages, and yet people are still buying it. Even of recent, when people are complaining that price of Indomie is high, that they should reduce it, people are saying Indomie gives cancer, yet people are still buying Indomie no matter what. And it's going everywhere and it's booming. They are even bringing out more Indomie varieties, and it's still pushing more than other noodles. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Eunice. The next person, please, which will be Amarachi David.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Amarachi. Please go ahead.
Yes, I want to talk on Dangote.
Dangote, I've been waiting for Dangote since the richest man in Africa. What is the success secret?
I feel that one of Dangote's success secret is diversified business. You know, Dangote is diversified. Both you have Dangote sugar, we have Dangote cement, we have Dangote salt, we have Dangote flour, we have Dangote oil refinery, like plenty stores. And then in this his diversified portfolio that he has, he enables his company and it helps him to streamline everything that he's doing. I don't know if you get me. Hello?
Yes, I'm with you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Also, Dangote has a very strong brand identity. His brand identity is so strong that I don't know, if not just for the fact that maybe he has the money, but he's able to give us that brand identity, in as much as there is no house that you enter that you not see Dangote. Even the poorest house, at least there will be this Dangote spag. There will be Dangote salt. So the identity is just everywhere. You can relate with it. And it has this experienced leadership. Those that
or Dangote sugar or Dangote salt.
Yes. There's also this experienced leadership that Dangote flows with. Those that his teams are experienced in the market. He don't just have anyhow persons. They are competent. They are those that knows what they are really doing, what they are really marketing. So it gives it this.
His team, Abi?
Yes, his team. His team is competent in what they are doing. You don't just pick any kind of person. That's what I feel.
Thank you. Wow. Finally, Okere, and I'll just share something and we'll go. Reginald, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please, who in your opinion is running a very successful business or startup, and why do you think that is? What reason can you attribute to that success, in your own opinion?
Okay, I think I still go back to the Indorama, which is Indomie.
Okay.
I think, yes. Yeah, why I say the Indomie, they are doing very well in this area is because, one, they have a product that is, the identity is not difficult to find. Anywhere you see not do, whether it is big one or small one or large one, the identity is similar. Even the smallest child can identify them in the market. So they stand out in identity.
So Reginald, hold on, let me ask you. So if you were building a solution, a startup, using what you just said, how can you incorporate that into your own solution to make sure that you have identity and market presence and recognition from everybody, even the small, the old, the everybody?
Now it is about packaging, because I will have to make my packaging, whether for a bigger product, a smaller product, to be same. It's only that the grammage, maybe like him, the grammage is the difference there, but the logo remains unchanged. So it will be able to, anybody that cites them from anywhere will be able, for me, I think anybody that cites them from anywhere will be able to identify them. And then secondly, it's availability. I want to talk about availability. It is not about identity or maybe making a very viable identification that matters, but making the product available to even the rurals. If you go to the interiors, you see Indomie is there. No matter how far the place is, you see Indomie. So their marketing strategy of getting to the doorpost of the consumers, of their customer, is another plus for them. We talk about the yes, but they are not very, very closer to the door. But the Indomie, because it's a children packaged food, a children packaged food. If you want the advert, is more related to the younger generation. So they take it closer to them. And that marketing strategy, for me, is a very big plus. It's available anywhere, anytime. I think I will have to rest here. Maybe other persons will have to say. Thank you, sir.
No, other persons are not speaking again. Regina, thank you. It's a beautiful submission. And somebody just said on the chat group that Indorama is the fertilizer company, and I agree. Indomie is Dufil. Then the entire group by Indomie is called Tolaram. I have done projects for Tolaram and Dufil before in the past, right? So you look at what we just said. I want to give us an assignment, everybody. If you do it, good luck. If you don't do it, good luck. Using Google or Bard or ChatGPT, find the company that you love. For me, I love MTN and I love Dangote. And I monitor those two businesses. Find the story, the case study about the business you love, and extract their success lessons. Find a company, if it is Tesla, no wahala. If it is Google, fine. If it is MTN, if it is GTB Bank, Zenith Bank, if it is Nigerian Brew, if it is Coca-Cola, if it is Indomie Noodles, you need to find a company that you love that is doing excellently well. No, go pick your company, Jaka company, no. Pick correct company. Why do I like MTN? MTN is blazing the records. MTN has the biggest revenue in Nigeria. 2 trillion naira in 1 year. 2022, 2021, 1.75 trillion. This 2023, MTN will do more than 2 trillion. I love that company. So I'm asking myself, why is MTN so successful? What does MTN know that I don't know? What is MTN doing that I can also do? You know, they say follow Persuade Sabi roads. I mean, I don't know road. I'm just 10, 12 years in business. 12 years, 2 locations, 8 staff. MTN is in several African countries, thousands of staffs, And I love the brand. I may not even be using an MTN SIM, but I just love the brand. And I want to watch closely what they are doing, their marketing, their strategy, their penetration, their funding, everything. So it's the same thing I'm asking. I'm trying to transfer this my obsession from MTN to you to say that you can monitor a successful business and learn. It could be Paystack, it could be Flutter, it could be Uber. You don't need to do too many. Just pick one and drill deep and say, why is this company, why is this business succeeding? Then what lesson can I learn from them? Can I apply? Do you understand? It is very, 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 very important, my people. I kid you not. It is very, very, very important. You don't want to run a startup and you don't have a model that you are building after. You don't have an example. It's like, sorry if you're a Muslim, it's like Jesus Christ and his disciples. Christ was the perfect example. We are walking, Christianity is following Christ. And there was a place where Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. Follow me as I follow Christ. Follow me. There must be someone or an organization that your business is modeling after. You may say, I just want to get to their own heights, but you can also support it. I want to get to MTN's 2 trillion and do more than that. It is almost an impossible task to do now. Because last year, my total revenue last year in business was 35 million naira. I kid you not. I have done 100 million in business before. I have done 200 million. But since COVID was even worse. I think I did about 40 million. COVID. So that's the place of measurement. I'm tracking all my expenses. I'm tracking all my numbers. I'm looking at my revenue. I'm looking at my profit items. If MTN can declare 2 trillion naira last year, Edward, me, I declare 35 million. You say, voila, deal. But I'm not ashamed to say I'm 35 million because I know that this year I'll do more than 100 million, over 200 million. I've done 200 million. My highest revenue as a business owner is 200 and something million. And it was 2 major projects that gave me that revenue. But since 2021, like now we're doing 1 Google project. We're also doing, about to start this World Bank IGF. They're coming to our office very soon for inspection. We've done the interview. That one is a $100,000 grant to do digital skills project in Southwest. My hub bidded and we were successful a bit. Do you understand? If I get that $100,000, that's like 70 million naira. See that I'm already crossing 100 million naira this year. But my goal is not to do 100 million. My goal is to do as much as MTN is doing. I don't know if anybody understands me. So you must follow somebody in finding your own success. You must look up to a leader, a guru, somebody who don't do them or where they do them, and copy them in terms of their accessibility, in terms of their marketing, in terms of their distribution, in terms of their brand, all these nice things that you say. Don't just look at Tesla and clap for them. Don't just look at Coca-Cola and clap for them. What is Coca-Cola doing? How can you incorporate it in your own business? That's my own point for you today. What is Dangote doing? How can you also do the same in your own business? That's my charge to you. What is then Google doing? What can you learn from Google and incorporate in your own business? Otherwise, like they say, just the play. You're wasting your time creating activities, thinking you're in business. You don't want to do that. We're not here to waste time. We are not here to waste time. We are here to build a successful startup. And like I say, one of the ways to build a successful startup, we started yesterday. For those of you that missed the session, we said, number 1, look at people that has run a similar startup that has failed. So we went to the startup graveyard. We took lessons from the land of the dead and say, hey, look at what killed this startup. Avoid it in your own startup. Do you understand? Look at this startup. avoid it in your own startup. Now, waiting kill them with these co-founders were fighting, or they didn't have product market fit, or they raised too much money, or they didn't treat the customer feedback with urgency, or there were several reasons in startup graveyard. And Linda can help me post that link again to the general group so that they too can take lessons from that. You can click on it, go to the place and find out, which particular startup you are doing and how you can avoid anything that can kill your own startup. So that's the first thing, starting your startup from the graveyard, from the land of the dead. But today is build up. Today is version 2.0. Version 2.0 in startup success is taking lessons from successful startups, successful businesses. If Dangote is succeeding, if MTN is succeeding, if Tesla is succeeding, there must be something these big brands know that I don't know. There must be something these big brands are doing that I am not doing. Are we together, please? I need to be sure that we are still here. You guys are following me. Are we together? Feedback.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, you can hear me. So today is to learn from the land of the living. All these big brands, call it Uber, call it Tesla, call it GTB, call it Access, call it Indomie, call it whatever. Just pick one of them, not all, one. What is one in Igbo? Someone help me say one. I served in Anambra in 2007. And the last time I came to the East was in 2021. Came to Newi for a project, right? Someone they tell me the meaning of one in Igbo. Or say, what's the abo? What's abo? Abo is two, abi? Linda, help me now. I'm trying to get the meaning of one in Igbo.
Otu.
Ofu, abi otu. Abo is two.
Otu.
Meji is abo. Otu, okay, yes, Otu. One, go online, Google your preferred successful company and take lessons from them. In fact, follow them. Follow them on Instagram, follow them on WhatsApp, subscribe to their newsletter. Get everything about them. Try and imitate. But when you copy, they say copyright. You imitate and adapt. You don't imitate a big strategy by MTN. You are not as big as MTN. You are not as diverse as MTN. You will adapt it to your level. You adjust it to your size, right? But you can follow the master. Edward is not the master. Rad5 is not the master. We have masters. I have picked one of my own master. One of my master is MTN. One of my master is Google because I work a lot for Google. And I love that brand. They give me money. They're giving me one project already this year. And I'm expecting a second project very soon. So I'm following MTN and Google. So, and I'm learning what, so that's my chat to you. So as I begin to wrap up and take questions, right? These 5 things that I posted, from all the things that were said, why company ABC is succeeding, or why company XYZ is succeeding. From all the things that we have said, I've summarized it in these 5 items. How many of you can see the 5 items in the chat? Can you help me read what's number 1? If you must find success as a startup, as an entrepreneur, please pay attention to these 5 things. I've tagged them the fantastic 5. And the thing is, you don't even need to do the whole 5. All you need to do is to just do 1 or 2, and your business will see success. Your startup will be successful. What's the first thing there? Can anybody remember things that we posted before? Is in the chat group, or Linda can help us. The first thing is what? In fact, in entrepreneurial success or startup success, what's the first thing?
It's customers.
Customers. I'm telling you, end of story. You cannot run a business like MTN that is doing 2 trillion. Do you know the revenue of Google last year? I have it in a document, and I'm in the car now, I'm sorry. But you can check it. MTN did over maybe $300 million, $500 million in 1 year. MTN, that's Google, sorry, Google, like $300, $400 million. And why MTN did 2 trillion? There's no way you run a business and make 2 trillion in a year in revenue, not profit. If no be saying a customer patronize you, no matter what you they build, no matter what you they passionate about, if you cannot find a customer, build for a customer, make a customer pay you for that solution, just they play. All your entire business model, your entire business success, they build around the customer. The customer, the customer, the customer. Who is your customer? Where can you find your customer? Do your customer even need? I listened to some people yesterday and they are building something that they are passionate about, not something that the customer will pay for. You can't just build anything, my brother. Now check out, I beg you. You shouldn't just build anything. Listen, build a solution that is addressing a pain point. Somebody said, I want to build a solution for kids to find opportunity, 9 to 14. And I really, so what opportunity for Africa is doing? What opportunity Dex doing? Say, no, those ones are not addressing information for kids. Kids at that level, they are looking opportunity to do what they should be studying JAM or doing WAEC. Opportunity for what? That business model, I may be wrong, though. You know, I'm not afraid to be wrong. I remember the story of FedEx, the big FedEx today, that is a global company. When FedEx was starting many years ago, like the story goes, they say it was a university project from school. The guy said they want to be delivering parcels for company documents using overnight buses and trucks. And the professor said, line, useless. In fact, he failed this project because they marked him down. They asked him to change that idea. That is not possible, that it will not work. But the entrepreneur was stubborn. I've forgotten the name of the company and the name of the owner, but the company was FedEx then. You know, the guy was stubborn. He held on to the business, even though he failed his project stuff, but he held on to his conviction. And like they say, he launched that same FedEx, and today the rest is history. So a professor, a digital marketer, a funder, an investor can rubbish your idea and tell you this your idea will not fly, and you can prove them wrong. So I'm not afraid to be wrong. But that guy said he's bidding for young people to find out. Young people where most opportunity for what I see is for 18 to 35. Whether you want to apply for a grant, a loan, scholarship, somebody wants to take you to Kenya or South Africa or USA, you must be above 18. Most of the Tony Elumelu Foundation is 18 to 35. And we have people that are already gathering information, scholarship, internship. Opportunities for Africa is doing that excellently. Opportunity Desk is doing it excellently. MSME Africa is doing it. There are several online opportunities platform. This guy said no, he wants to create a platform where young people that are 9 years and blah 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 we go. Like, are you serious? Is that demography? Is it large enough? Do you have a commercial case? Will they buy? Will they pay? Who will pay? Can you find customers for that? You know, all those things and all those things. You need to know where you can find customers, because without customers, you are wasting yourself. You are wasting your time. Let me get your comment on customer. What do you think around finding customers to get success? What do you think? Your opinion. Do you think customer is important to get business success? Anybody, please. Anybody, in your opinion, just so I'm not ranting and forcing you to believe that customer is all and all, do you believe that customer is important in finding business success?
As they're engaging on the chat, sir.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yes, of course. And when we talk about customers, there's what we call paying customers and repeat customers. That is the cocoa. Paying customers and repeat customers. Paying customers. Find customers. If you want to be as successful as Dangote, as Google, as Coca-Cola, as Tesla, as MTN, find customers. Number two is very, very important, right? What's the second number two? Talent. You cannot, what's talent? Is your people, your hiring, your staffing, okay? You need the right talent. You need appropriate talent to be successful as a startup. Only you cannot develop all the code. Only you cannot do the branding. Only you cannot sell. Only you cannot market. Only you cannot do, you need to find people. You need to hire well. You need to hire right. You need to. Otherwise, there will be issue. Look at Coca-Cola today. Talent. You have correct people working left, right, and center. Look at Google. They have correct people working left, right, and center. How can you also ensure you find the right talents? When you participate in hackathons or startup weekends or coding programs, you look for other co-founders, you look for other resources. We must not have a one me myself kind of mentality. Look at Paystack, look at Florida Wave. It's talent. It's talent. It's talent. It's people. Make sure you attract correct talent, correct personnel. Once you bring in your brother-in-law because they finished from Futo, once you bring in your sister as a cleaner, you bring in your wife, your uncle, your cousin from village. Brother, you're joking with your startup. I'm not saying to employ your people. Me, I don't like to run a business where all my family members are working. I don't like it. I can employ maybe 1 or 2%. There was a time my wife was working with me in my company. We're always having issues until I chase her away to go and work somewhere else, right? I don't run. I don't want to say don't run a family business. Some people run family business. Johnson & Johnson is a family business and they are very big, So you can actually find success running a family business. But I'm not sure Amazon is a family business or Tesla or Google. They are successful family businesses like Johnson & Johnson. Like this richest man now from France that is running a business. The man is also running, the richest man in the world now. I know Elon Musk is number 2, Tesla. The richest man is number 1, Ashmid Bernard, what was his name? He's running a family business. That brand that owns Givenchy, Gucci, Versace, they own all the luxury product and items. Yeah. So you can run a family, and he's the richest man in the world running a family business. He's old now. He said he wants to resign, retire. His daughter has been named the acting heir of all his enterprise. So you can run a successful family business. But I'm just saying, personally, I don't like a business where my sister is there, my wife is there, my cousin, everybody. Where I don't want that kind of business. So that's what we're saying. I hope you understand my point. The second point is talent. Make sure you find and attract correct people. Correct people. Hire well, hire right, pay well, and give them the right incentives. Only you cannot run your global business, my people. You alone, you no go reach. Then let's go to number 3. If you want to find success in entrepreneurial journey, right? Internal processes and measurements. Yes, Bernard, yes, thank you. That's that business, yes. Bernard Arnold is the richest man in the world. So after that is please a minute. After that is internal processes. You know what they call SOPs and SLAs and all those things. Very, very important. And measurements. Do staff meetings. Set targets. Set targets. Set targets. Set targets. Set targets. gather your people in a room, do retreats, do planning, do goal setting. How much do you want to make? You know, that's what they call measurement. You must measure. I tell people if a company is making or supposed to make 2 trillion naira in a year, if you are the MTN, if you are the chairman of MTN, how much do you think that business must deliver to you in a month? You must be running fast, far, 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 far. You know, very, very, very important. You must be running. So now you are running a business. What's your monthly goal? What revenue are you chasing? Measurement. What revenue did you even make last year, Seven? Are you aware or you are just playing? I gave you my figure for last year. Auditor report, 35 million naira. It was not our best, but I already know what that figure is. And I can plan to do better this year by saying, okay, guys, you know what? Last year we made 35 million naira. Let's double that revenue by 100%. Let's chase 70 million naira this 2023. But even at that 70 million naira, one Google project of $100,000 will give me that exact 70 million naira. So I've already met my target for the year. So 100 million naira is not enough. I need to push higher for a bigger target. That's what I'm making you understand. You must set goals. You must have systems, processes, structures, and you can use app. You can use a CRM. You can use an ERP. You can use anything to set your business systems and structure. Very, very important. But the most important thing is that have those systems in place. Have those systems in mind. Very, 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 very important. What's the third one? What's the third one? Somebody help me. And the fourth one is leadership and governance, right? Have the right leadership structure, have the right vision, and have the right internal controls, and finally, technology. You cannot run a global business today without the use of technology. It is almost impossible. Leverage tech. Whatever technology is to you and your business, make sure that your business is using technology. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm available for comments, for questions, if there's any. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Edward. It's been a invention. So we'll go this way. If you have any questions, we have 15 minutes left for questions. If you have any questions, please indicate by raising your hands. Raise your hand, then we'll ask you to unmute to ask. Thank you very much, Mr. Edward, once again. So if we don't get any hand raised, we'll assume that there is no questions. Okay, so since there are no hands raised, means that there are no questions. Mr. Edward spoke in a layman terms, and everyone understands. Thank you once again to all fellows on the call. Thank you for staying thus far. I believe it was your time. It was your time, and please do well, especially those. Whenever you hear it's Edward's mentorship session, I plead with you, join the section. It will be really a great time. Join his section, ask questions, and engage with him. Someone running a business for over 10 years, not be beans and potato. For people like us, I like it so much. But it's something that you should look at. You can just take a look at the numbers he's mentioning, and it begins to even give me a question. It seems I'm still playing itself. Thank you, Mr. Edward. Would keep up with you. I want to shut down now. I think it's been over 2 hours we started. Mr. Edward, they are all saying thank you on the chat session. Thank you for a thoughtful section. Please continue to check your emails to all fellows. Check your emails, engage in the WhatsApp groups. Once you are given a form to complete, please make sure you attend to it in the shortest possible time so that we can still be engaging with us. Thank you very much. Closing words, Mr. Edward.
Okay, so I wish everybody the best. Your goal is to start your startup and make sure that your startup remains up. That is why it is called startup. Start your startup and make sure your startup remains up. Thank you, everybody. Have a good morning.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, and bye-bye.